Hello everybody, it's Mirialda here once again, and welcome back to a big, giant, heavy Azur Lane Apex Toys figure. Yes, one figure inside of here. It's not a 1/4 or anything, it's a 1/7. And there is a display case. And if we look on the side, we see, yes, Azur Lane, Amagi, Wending Waters, Serene Lotus. That's her in her bikini. And scale figure with acrylic display box. There is one figure inside here. This is like the manufacturer packing box that they send out to the stores. Usually there's a bunch of them, bunch of figures inside, but there's only one. It's heavy, big box. I was surprised how heavy this box was. So I looked at the invoice, the shipping label, and it said it was 6 kilograms. And being an American, I have no idea what a kilogram is. So I looked it up. That's like over 13 pounds. So very heavy box, which resulted in very expensive shipping. But anyways, how big is this box? I've brought out the old standby of a pop can. So you could probably fit 3 pop cans high and quite a few going wide and quite a few going deep. So very big box. But let's get this open and see if I can not push the turntable away like I just did and had to redo this intro for like the 5th time. So this figure is an anomaly. I've been waiting for her, but not for as long as I had originally expected, because she released early. She was supposed to release in July, but she released in May. So we've got a piece of cardboard, and then we've got Amagi. We've got some bubble wrap. Let's go ahead and get this out. And this table is not big enough. So there is all the weight. The box is trying to tip over, so I think I gotta stand up. Oh, that's heavy. So that is the display case. Looks like some assembly will be required. Get this box out of the way. So we've got some tissue paper. So there is Amagi in her box. So let's push that back. We'll tilt the camera down a bit. And I'm actually going to set this off, the display case off to the side, and we'll do that at the end. So we shall focus on Amagi for now. And she is a big space hog, it looks like. There is the front of her box. This is Amagi in her skin, the Wending Waters Serene Lotus, aka her bikini. She is from Azur Lane. She's a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Apex. Amagi released on May 29th of 2025. I pre-ordered her at Big in Japan on July 3rd, 2024. Paid for her on July 3rd, 2024. I prepaid for her. She shipped out on May 30th of 2025 and got here today on June 4th of 2025. Amagi was very expensive, and since I got the version with the display case, she was even more expensive. So I paid 39,990 yen. Might as well just call it 40,000 yen. And that is $247.18. So yeah, the display case definitely added quite a bit of price to her. Without the display case, it would have been 33,490 yen, or 6,500 yen less. So still very expensive. But anyways, there is Amagi in her box. This is the front. We've got a nice picture of her. We got a window. We've got all the little information. There's the side. It's pretty boring. Just says Wending Water Serene Lotus version. Probably Amagi. There's the back with several different promo shots. There's the other side showing part of the figure. It's a wraparound picture. Ooh. So there is the top of her box. And then we have a plain boring bottom. And I just noticed there's like a little sticker up here. If there is a problem, please don't tear them up. So this must be the seal, the main seal of the figure. So she's been out for a little bit. People on HPOI have gotten her and posted pictures. I have not seen pictures of the display case, so that's interesting. And I looked at MSC, and so far only 4 people have listed her as being owned, myself being one of them. And the other people listed her as owned when they ordered her, so yay. A corrugated cardboard box. I'm just cutting the seals because we got to get her open. So pull her out. And then there are instructions as well. Inside of the box, it says Amagi on the back. It's pretty boring, kind of beach theme blue color scheme. We'll put that off to the side. There is a bonus there. And there is Amagi in her blister pack. And I'm still on 0.6 times zoom. Now we're back to a 1x zoom, so yay. Looking at her just real quick, yeah, it looks like a 1/6 scale figure, or 1/7 scale, sorry about that. But she has a large base, and she has lots of floofs in the back. And again, large base. She's got ship parts and everything. We've got guns, we've got a face, we've got balls, we've got a tree that she's sitting on. And we also have a little shikishi. And it's sealed. I'm not going to open it. But this is the original in-game artwork of Amagi. So yeah, we'll set that off to the side. And then she comes with instructions. I'm not sure how necessary these instructions are going to be, because there is no assembly as far as I know. So let's go ahead and get her open. Oh, there's what the bottom of her base looks like. You don't usually see that view. So we'll cut the tape. Come over to the other side and cut this tape. Pop the blister. It's pretty secure. By being secure, it attributes itself to being quite noisy. So we've got some of her plastic stuck to the blister. Let's see. So she's seemingly gaining weight as I take more stuff off of her. I'm just pulling her out. And yeah, pretty heavy. So we'll put the blister off to the side, and then we shall start deplasticking her. So she is definitely a major space hog. I will say this. I was trying to figure out where I was going to display her. I had an idea. I don't think that place is going to work, but I do have another idea. So we shall see. So there's a big plastic sheet wrapped around her. Gotta bring her closer so I don't have to reach as far. There's a plastic sheet wrapped around her little coattail sleeve thingy. There's some foam here. Go around to the back. There's a piece of a plastic bag over one of her ponytails, it looks like, hair. There's some foam between her rigging and her tail. Spin around to the back. We've got some more plastic around her hair and around her hair protecting her tails. And we've got some bubble wrap between her gun and the tree branch. And I do believe that is Amagi deplasticked. So let's put this all off to the side. Making a mess. Gotta clean that up. push her back. And you can see, so the turntable is basically a foot or 12 inches, and her base extends beyond that. So yeah, since I've got it out here, there is a pop can for comparison. She is large, she is in charge. But anyways, there is Amagi. Let's go ahead and bring her closer. So, being fully assembled, this is going to be awkward to do close-up pictures. Maybe I should just handheld shaky cam this already. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and take the camera out of the stand, put the stand off to the side. So there is Amagi's face. It's got those very lightly colored pale blue eyes. Well, purple eyes, I guess, with some red glow. She's got some red eyeshadow on. We see her eyebrows up hiding underneath her hair. The hair does appear to be translucent. Her hand, the sculpted ring and middle fingers are together, but she does have pink nail polish. She has a archer's glove kinda on that hand, and the other hand as well, which is holding one of her balls. The ball is red. It's got some gold striping and some flowers on it. The hand, again, the ring and middle fingers are together and everything else is separated out. Going back to her head, she's got ears with floofs. And then if we look, yes, she also has human ears. She's got some flower petals and hair ornaments in her hair. She's got a little collar on with a nice bow tie. She's got big boobs. They are welded. But we do get a strap gap going over her cleavage. Going down, she's got a belt. Well, kind of like an obi sash. You got good details there. Looking at the side, we do see some of her belly showing. So she is a thin, fit girl. She's got a red strap on her bikini bottom, which matches her top in color. And then she also has some clear sashes. She's got her sleeves and more sashes. Her left leg is bent under her. Her right leg has a band. You can tell how tight it is by how deeply it's digging into her skin. There's a little ornament on it. Looking at her toes. Big toe is definitely separated out, but good sculpt to the toes. Her other leg comes down, and this one is wearing a shoe or a sandal. She does have painted toenails. She is sitting on a tree, and she has more balls floating in the water. So far so good. Let's get the stand up so that I can have both hands to move her around, because she is heavy. If we look over to the side, we do see she has very long hair. She's got a lot of it. She's got a little hair tie there. These are her tails. She does have kind of a crane on that sash, which is wrapped around her rigging. It is textured, and it's got a shiny metallic red paint. And we can see some roots of the tree sticking out of the water. Closer look at those balls. So we'll spin her around a bit. So it was pointed out on HPOI that her rigging, this is like a actual wire. So that is separated out, and it's got the little claw. And then the actual structure is plastic. It does appear to be a bit rusty. And if we look down there, the rigging does go into the tree. Going around back. Again, she's got lots and lots of hair. And it goes into big bundles and everything. She also has her magnificent tails. Very floofy looking. pretty stabby sharp, so be careful. There's good shading on them, so you got like the light brown to a dark brown tip. Looking down from the bottom, you see even more tails. Going over to the side, we see lots of hair. We see a piece of tape. How am I going to get that out of there? Because my fingers aren't big enough, or they're not small enough, I should say, not big. There we go, I got the tape out. Why was there tape up there? Anyways, more rigging, more of the sash. From this angle, you might be able to see her belly a little bit better. If it would focus, and I can't really adjust very easily. If we zoom in, nope. Anyways, moving on, her hair is wrapped around the rigging and everything, so it's laying over the top of it. She does have one of her turrets. It is used, so you've got the burned tips and a nice metallic looking shaft. Good sculpting details on it. It's pretty much a matte gray, a little bit of shading, but nothing too exciting. The turrets on her regular figure by Animaster, in my opinion, look much better. But yeah, that's Amagi. She is heavy. So let's go ahead and do a spin of her. Yep, looks pretty dang good. She better be pretty dang good for as expensive as she was. But that's okay. It's a figure that I wanted, and I was more than willing to pay the price for her. I do have her skin in game. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do a zoom in and move the camera closer. So we'll spin her face. And of course it's going to go out of frame. That's a little bit better. There may be a yellowish glow to her skin. It's not present in real life. She definitely has a clear white skin. A little bit of red shading on it even. Let me try. Can't quite reach. Turning off the overhead light and see if that helps any. Nope. Still kind of looks a little bit yellow on camera, but it is not yellow skin. Go ahead and tilt down to her chest region. And she's got big bosoms. And you can see how big they are and how kind of like torpedo-ish they look from the side. But you got some nice side boob and under boob cleavage there. Lots of straps. Paint work on all the little lacing and everything looks pretty good. Again, more straps underneath. We'll go around to her hair. Start coming off on the side again, and her boobs are already peeking. Yeah. She does have points, but nothing like no very highly detailed nipples or anything like that. Go ahead and tilt the camera down again to her waist region, and you can kind of see the bikini bottoms through the plastic. It's a little bit pliable, but they're just basically whitish gray or grayish white. But good sculpt on her legs, and I like that she has the one leg under the other leg. It's actually a pretty comfortable way to sit, I think. So yeah, you can hear how much struggle I'm having just spinning the turntable. That's how heavy she is. So sorry for the shaky cam. We're just adjusting down to the bottom of her. Zooming out a little bit, and we shall spin that. So you can see the details and everything. And I just noticed her hair, definitely very good shading. If we tilt back up, you can see how it goes like from dark to light to dark. So yeah, lots of floofs, lots of hair, lots of boobage, lots of flesh, and lots of balls. She is a cutie. Let's do a normal zoom. Take the camera out again. We'll do a top-down shot. Then we'll just come down, get a couple artsy-fartsy shots with some Dutch angle and some low angles. And again, from the side. And I'm sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy or sick or anything. But she is just very, very beautiful. And I mean, just look at all the hair. It's not a just giant mass of plastic. There are so many strands in it. And it interweaves. It rests on her rigging. It goes between her tails and rests on the tails. Again, on the rigging. And got the little claw on the crane and everything. And I do like that rusty effect as well. So yay. Go ahead and put the camera away. And we'll pull it back so we can do a spin as we we close this off, but at least this part of it. So this is Amagi, the Wending Water Serene Lotus version of her. She is in her swimsuit skin. She is from Azur Lane. She is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Apex Toys. Amagi was supposed to come out in July, but she released on May 29th of 2025. She is not cheap. She's expensive. So if you got just Amagi alone, she at Big in Japan when I ordered, she would have cost 33,490 yen. But I got the version with the display case, which cost 39,990 yen, or $247.18. She is big, she is heavy, she is a space hog, but she is gorgeous. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause, maybe take some pictures, and then we'll work on the display case. Bye-bye for now. Okay. Now that we've got Amagi all unboxed and some pictures taken of her for thumbnails and such, we shall move on to her acrylic display case. So yes, it says Amagi, and it says it's their lane, and it says probably the name of the skin, which I don't know. It says a bunch of stuff on the back, which I cannot read. But maybe you can. Huh, it does have a sticker of authenticity, though. So yeah, let's go ahead and lay this down and get this box open. I've never had one of these acrylic display cases before, so this is a learning experience for me. So if it's painful for you because you've already seen them, well, I'm sorry. I've not seen any pictures of the actual display case, just the little promo shot, which wasn't very good or anything. So we'll pull it out. It's packed in some nice foam. And it's taped shut. So we'll just trying to preserve some of this tape. Come on. So we should be able to just kind of open that now and pull out the acrylic sheets. There are instructions. There are gloves, which there's no way these are going to fit my hands. And there's a little wipe of some sort. So yeah, these are pretty heavy. We'll set that down for now. Let's look at the instructions. Okay. So obviously they're in a language I can't read, so good thing they have pictures. But there is Amagi in her case. There's the case alone. We've got sides, we've got a back panel, we've got a bottom panel, front panel, and fun stuff. So it looks like it's relatively simple. Just kind of slot things in and then slide it together. Not sure what this says. Maybe I should do a Google Translate before I do anything. So, hate to do it, but be right back. Okay, I am back. So I did Google Translate, and I'm glad I did because that little thing right there, that is a file. It says if it doesn't fit quite right, you can file the edges a little bit. And look, what was included. They included a little file. So yay. And then they included a cloth and some sticky tape. And then they included 2 gloves, which are pretty tiny. But I was surprised, they actually stretch. So there is my hand with one of those tiny gloves. Now, granted, my knuckles are all the way down here. So, pretty small, but yeah. I'm going to take it off for now. They do say that the acrylic sheets do have a plastic cover on them. So that'll be fun to get peeled off. So let's start opening these and pulling the sheets out. So there is tissue paper as well. So this is the back plate. It's a nice beach theme. And then the back is also kind of textured. So yeah, it is kind of a little bit foggy. It's not super clear. So it does have plastic on it. I'm going to leave that on for now. And I will worry about that later. So now we've got, I'm guessing this is a top piece. And yes, it's not clear because it's got plastic on it. Then we've got the front piece, which says Amagi. And then up here it says Azur, and it's got protective plastic on it. Okay, this is a side piece. So it's more of a square. We've got another side piece, again more of a square. And then we've got the bottom piece, which is kind of like an ocean theme. So, like I said, for now, at least temporarily, I'm going to leave the plastic on, do a test fit, and then maybe I'll take the plastic apart. Or redo it and take the plastic apart. Yeah. So anyways, so the side, I do see this has the 2 little peg sticky outy bits. So those are the bottom. Here's another side piece. Not sure how well this is going to be on camera. It's a pretty tight fit. We'll go ahead and try the front piece now. So just giving that a little pressure. And now I'm trying to line up the slots and sticky outy bits on the edges. This is probably where the tape would come in handy. It's not as nice of a display case so far as I thought it was going to be, but it is what it is. Now we'll spin it around to the back. That's the top. Stick this in. And I'm sorry for my super professional camera angles, because I know you really want to see this. There we go. And then again, now that we got the bottom kind of pegged in, I'm gonna try to get the sides lined up. So this side is a little bit looser. So it is what it is. Yeah, this is a... maybe I won't include the assembly. But now I gotta stand up. I'm just messing with the back now. And I'm going to set Amagi in. She just barely, well, not just barely, but if we look down from the top, she fits. There is plenty of space on the sides and the back and everything. Yeah, this is definitely an off-camera assembly job, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry to do that without you, but it would have been impossible with the camera in the way. Yeah. So I've got some of the sticky tape on the sides here where the joints meet to hold everything together. I've peeled the plastic off the sides and the back. I have not peeled the plastic off the top. I think I'll leave that on. And same on the bottom. I'm going to leave the protective plastic there. But I did leave one peel for you, and I tried to do this already, and as soon as the camera turned on, it was impossible. But I've got it started now, so let's do a peel. And I'm sorry if this isn't very satisfying, but it is what it is. Come on. There we go. So there is Amagi in her display case. And yeah, once we get all the protective plastic off, it is crystal clear. Nice and easy to see her. There is some paper static to everything, so I will work later to clean this up. They did include cleaning cloths and everything. But she looks good inside there. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, though. I don't think the case is worth it. It's up to you if you want to get it or not, but it adds a lot to the price. And it is relatively thin acrylic. It will protect her. And yes, she does look good inside of it, but it's not as impressive as I thought it would be. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be, really. But it's solid acrylic. Which, it will protect her, and she looks good inside of it, so... But it makes her that much more of a space hog. She definitely will not fit where I was originally planning on putting her. But I think she'll work on my backup plan. But anyways, let's do a normal zoom. And aside from the reflections, you can't really tell that there is a case. Well, and the designs on the front. I put her little shikishi in there as well. And then there's the back and the side. Back to the front. I only put the tape on the vertical corners. I did not put any on the bottom or on the top. That way I can, pull the top off, take her in and out, and I don't think it needs it on the bottom, but it definitely does need on the corners. But anyways, this is Amagi in her Wending Waters Serene Lotus swimsuit outfit skin. She's from Azur Lane. She's a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Apex. Amagi released on May 29th of 2025. This whole package, Amagi and the display case, cost 39,990 yen, or $247.18 when I paid last 4th of July. So yay. They did include a cleaning cloth. They did include tiny gloves. They did include a file. So when you do your test fit, if the corners are tight or it doesn't fit together well, they say to file it first and then go from there. But anyways, Amagi, she's pretty. I'm happy to have her. She's freaking expensive, and she is a space hog. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see how much of the first assembly video I include. I will see you soon. I don't have anything else in the mail. I do have Liliana, and I have Erna for this month, but who knows if they're going to come out or not. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.